Matilda? Matilda?
Huh?
You're daydreaming again.
I'm so looking forward to Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
There's still something to do first.
It must be minus 100 degrees outside. The neighbor gave us nettle tea because Lucas was coughing so badly in the hallway. I wonder what's happened to the man with the funny voice. I haven't heard him for a long while.
Leave it be, Matilda. He doesn't speak anymore. They play more music now. Are you finished?
No.
Leave the foot stamps there. They need to last us the next 14 days.
Mom, are these stamps for chocolate too?
Rarely. That crook Conrad would rather sell them for cigarettes.
What can you get for cigarettes?
Good stuff, and things you can't buy with stamps. Real flour, bacon, sugar. The black market is a real Santa Claus. The plates in the basket need to be laid out on the table.
One for me, one for Mom. Mom, the food smells good. Where did you get the turnips?
From Gesundbrunn station. Cargo trains pass through there with provisions for the Russians. Matilda,
Did I do something wrong?
who's the fourth plate for? Can't you count?
But I thought... Because it's Christmas. And Dad's surely on his way.
You really do believe in Christmas miracles. All right. I stood for hours in the cold. A sentry watched me and laughed at me. When the train came, I asked him if I could have something. First, he mocked me, but then he threw 2 turnips from the carriage.
That's good at least.
If you can get something, then you take it. Got it? Laughter passes by, but a turnip in the belly lasts. Yeah?
There are no tangerines this year, so Lucas and I just painted a few stones instead. Will we do a hoarding trip again?
There are barely any trains running at all.
Where's Dad going to sleep when he comes home? Can't we go visit Aunt Lottie in the countryside again? See the cows?
It's not much better there either. We are staying here. This is our home.
We'll make it pretty. Besides, if we move, Dad won't be able to find us when he comes home.
The things in your basket need to be put up everywhere. Everything should be just right.
Mommy will be happy once I put everything out. Do you have to move rubble again tomorrow as well?
Yes, there are only 8 women there today. We'll get more food stamps if we can free up the wall by New Year.
Can I come too? I'm strong.
It's no work for children. Your eyes water from all the dust, and you can barely breathe. And you'll find awful things in the rubble. No, it's no work for children. So, 150 grams of bread per head. That's enough for 3 thinly cut slices.
I dreamed of chocolate cake last night, with cream and nuts.
Sometimes I dream of Aunt Lottie's roast dinner. Do you know the one? Does Santa Claus... Mom, the Christmas tree looks so sad.
Nonsense. Can we eat?
I need decorations for the tree. Can I go into the locked room? Please?
There's nothing in there for children.
There's so many odds and ends lying around in there. Then I'll be a rubble woman too.
All right. But put something warm on. Just as once though.
Yeah. I'll promise. I'll be back soon, Mom. See you in a minute. All right then. Let's have a look. Whoa, empty. But good for glittering stars. Rations, supplies? It looks a little like Mom's housekeeping plan. A map. I don't really understand what it's for, but it looks nice. Boring books. No magic or fairies. But there's something underneath. Dad's medals. But today, they are Christmas tree balls. So shiny, but what can I do with these? I could make something pretty with them. Perfect. That'll be great. Oh, cow poop. Now they're stuck behind the lid. He promised to teach me how to play the piano after the war. Dad played and sang so beautifully, but the lyrics were boring. It was always about the same thing. Dad played and sang so beautifully, but the lyrics were boring. It was always about the same thing. Dad's toys! Lucas always had his eyes on them. The nest has been empty for months. I hope the birds are doing well. Apparently, the previous tenant gave us this as a gift, but we never used it. An old telephone? Might be useful to light fires. Wir Deutschen für... I can't make out the rest, but it's pretty. An old telephone? That's Russian. They have funny letters. There's a service going on over there right now. The curfew's been lifted, but we still don't go out much. Oh, look! How wonderful! Someone is as festive as we are. If I carefully... Oh, how wonderful! Mom probably forgot that we had these.
Finally, there you are. We are waiting.
Almost done. I just have to decorate the Christmas tree. Wonderful. Nothing to complain about there.
Where did you even find these? Not inside, right? Come on, sit down. We want to celebrate Christmas now. Your father wouldn't like to see them like this. Hands on the table. We are still civilized people.
Mom, did Dad kill people? I asked you something. Mom,
Ask him yourself when he's back.
when will he be back?
Eat your soup.
Why do we write letters to him if he never writes back?
Matilda, you're ruining Christmas dinner for us with all your questions. One last time. Eat your soup. And keep your mouth shut.
Mom, are we the bad guys?
We are good people. We didn't know any of that. We don't have any more, Matilda. Nothing. And I don't have any energy left to feel ashamed. We should never have returned to Berlin. Everything's supposed to be the way it used to be. Lucas, why don't you play us something on your recorder?
Yes, Mom.
Your father would have liked that.
Why did Matilda's mom lie?
Maybe she thought it was the truth. Somehow. Things often look different in retrospect.
Yeah, like in school. Sometimes I see things differently too. Like after math quiz.
School is important. Don't get into any trouble.
It was just a joke. I'll make it cozy for us. Sad. Your paint's drying up, Dad. This is a really nice room too, Dad. Do you think people wanted us to find these things?
Some of them maybe. It's coincidence for the others. Just like all the stuff from the attic. Can you help me throw them into the chute?
Does all of this have to go, Dad?
Yep, everything. Just toss it out.
I want to do something.
All the old stuff down the chute.
Look how quickly you can get from one room to another now. Where did all this stuff come from?
It was all in the attic still.
Cool, Dad, look.
All those things can go. Just throw them into the chute.
Get rid of the old stuff.
doggy.
All of that has to go now. There's something there, but I can't get to it. What is that? What is that funny thing?
That's an old typewriter. That's how people used to write. Give it a go.
But it's not even plugged in. Does it have a battery?
It works without electricity. A little like stamping.
Can I write a story with it?
You can use it to write anything.
Maybe an adventure, a true legend. You know, before, you used to make up a story for me every night.
Yeah, to help you fall asleep. But that got a bit exhausting for me after a while.
Can we do that again? Every night? Please, please.
You come up with something. You're already in the second grade.
Okay. So, this typewriter once belonged to a great author. No, an astronaut.
Maybe both can be true.
You know what, Antonia? This looks pretty good so far. Well, for the 5th draft, if I could just keep my eyes open for another hour or two, maybe then I'd manage to rewrite the beginning again. Especially with all those wonderful suggestions from up on high. No time like the present. The cosmonaut was ready to set forth into an unknown world. As her crew was stuck on the surface of the moon, she had no option but to pilot her ship. I should probably decide on a name for that spaceship. The space cruiser Meteor, to her destination on her own. It carried her farther and farther away from the sun and so far away from the blue planet. I'll leave it like that for now. I can always change it later if I need to. In the 6th or 16th pass. She was ready to lead humanity into a new era. Her destination was the planet Saturn, so distant, so lonely, and yet surrounded by billions of larger and smaller particles that cause its rings to shimmer in mysterious colors. The signal that originated from there had been puzzling humanity for 6 years. She looked at the photograph in her hand. It was the last group photo of the crew, taken on Earth before the blast-off. There's still 2 possibilities for the backstory. Both would work, but what would the publishing authority prefer? She felt as if an eternity had passed. With tears in her eyes, she remembered the unfortunate fate of Commodore Buzz Gibson, who fell victim to pressure loss in the turmoil of the failed circumnavigation of the moon. She would see this mission through to its end, if not for the people of Earth, then for the comrades who had been forced to stay behind. Phew, it's a lot of repetition. I'm sure some readers will be grateful for the summary. A quick break might be in order. Why do I have all these old tombs from the great Carl G. Zelensky laying around? I'm quite proud of the story structure. The plot is relatively complex, and it's still accessible. Mom was always so proud of Dad's achievements. I always wondered whether she even really liked his books. Did I really smoke them all? Sometimes I wish I never signed this contract. My first book, Change, is almost 5 years old. Although, Standstill would have been more appropriate after the publishing authority had gone through it. But it was an achievement to have published anything. Huh? What? Stay calm. You're just a bit tired.
Warning. Warning. Pilot to the bridge. Interstellar objects in close range.
A universal translator like this could help prevent a lot of misunderstandings. It might even prevent military conflict. The ship is right on track. I shouldn't change the destination coordinates. Let's see. What happened? The cosmonaut had almost left the asteroid belt. The last few rocks streaked past dangerously close to the ship. She had to take action.
Computer, activate the ray guns. Fire!
Confirmed. Activating ray guns.
Weapons that fire pure energy? Would humanity have not wiped itself out a long time ago with these? Well, that was a little too easy. This needs to be something more intense to make the danger more palpable. Another asteroid approached the ship. It was on a direct collision course.
Computer, full power to the maneuvering thrusters.
Confirmed. Redirecting power to the maneuvering thrusters.
I wonder if something like this might be possible someday. It's certainly conceivable. At the farthest edge of the asteroid field, the cosmonaut saw her long-awaited destination. The planet Saturn was in sight. Come on. A little more detail will bring this scene to life. The view was breathtaking. Revealed before her was a pristine, brightly shining, azure blue sphere hanging peacefully against the darkness of the cosmos. The view reminded her of the sky above the Baltic Sea on a clear summer's day. How far had she traveled? That's powerful. That shows that her feelings are still a little melancholy, despite the importance of her mission. The surface of the planet was turbulent and agitated. Its atmosphere was being torn apart by storms. I hope my readers will be able to imagine any of that. And now, an exciting lead into the next chapter to keep my readers hooked.
Computer, establish contact via radio wave telegraphy. Use the origin of that strange signal as the destination coordinates.
Hailing frequencies opened.
The communication model emitted a signal.
We've done it. It sounds like someone's trying to make contact. This is a space cruiser Meteor heading to planet Saturn. To whom am I speaking? Come in.
This is Bulow. I hope I'm not disturbing your work too much.
Yes. Comrade Bulow. Hello. I was actually just about to take a break. Oh, the new revision is almost complete.
Yes, exactly. About your novel, hang on. The one called...
Yes. I'll go through it slowly so you can write it down. Silent signals from the planet Saturn.
Yes, exactly. Of course, that's the name. Yeah, it's a powerful title. So about the new draft. I've just come out of a meeting with the publishing authority.
Yes?
Unfortunately, there are still one or two issues. You know what they're like. It's nothing personal.
Yeah, I know.
First of all, regarding the main character and the idea of a female cosmonaut, think about character leads like Yuri Gagarin. People just relate more to male protagonists.
Well, I think...
And then we thought about it a little and wondered whether contacting an alien civilization by radio might also not just be very reckless. Imagine what would happen if there was an enemy of the state on the other end.
But it all revolves around that. That's the core of the entire story, and the book is almost finished now.
It will only be finished once the approval procedure's complete. Zelinsky, you have to deliver now.
Yes.
Maybe you could contact your father, Carl.
Because he did everything you told him to, but the book is almost finished.
Excuse me? Miss Zelinsky?
That's fine, Comrade Bulow. I'll take care of it without my father. What a disaster. They want me to change everything. How am I even supposed to manage that? I have to pull myself together now, or else everything will blow up in my face.
Attention, fluctuation in the fabric of space-time. Danger, danger.
Back to the bridge. The space cruiser Meteor had run into massive turbulence. It almost seemed like the fabric that made up interplanetary space was being torn apart. The changes are tearing everything apart. They want me to ask for Dad's info because he always did what they said, but we'll get there. All the systems had failed. Even the controls were unresponsive to the cosmonauts' inputs. She had to find and open the maintenance hatch. Broken. No chance. The maintenance hatch. What a mess. Right. Stay calm. We can do it. What did Bulow say? No female protagonist. Contact is too dangerous. Where do I start? What if I just changed? If I change the type of signal and how it's received on Earth in Chapter 12, maybe the publishing authority will see that this is the ideal image of socialist species. But if I change that, it will obviously impact everything that happens later. Oh geez, the simplest chain reaction. A cascade, a butterfly effect. Maybe it would be better to go to chapter 5 and change the focus here. I was never keen on the orbiting of the moon anyway. The crew instead had problems with... The crew could be attacked by capitalistic coursers, pirates under the flag of the class traitor. They steal money from our heroes, and that would also give me an explanation for the lack of fuel. Will that help though? The core of the story is supposed to be about something completely different. Come on, Antonia. Let your imagination run wild again. What if we spice up the story with real science fiction elements like... The end just doesn't take place. It has taken place, and will take place again. There are multiple dimensions at different points in time, and everything is happening at the same time. And then again, at the same time it doesn't. It's only getting more complicated. Don't let it drive you crazy, Antonia. Concentrate on the core of the story. The core. It needs to be something even more powerful. Everything is possible. There are no limits. The greatest threat to the crew is... The sun could become a black hole, swallowing everything up. Light, energy, time itself. And that's obviously a metaphor for the insatiability of the ruthless capitalistic system. The black hole is obviously a trigger for the time travel, that's clear. It's the beginning, end, and the middle all at once. There. I wouldn't need to explain much more than that. That would solve almost all my problems. Oh no. But then, is that still the core of my story? I think I've almost cracked this nut. I have to go further. Another stroke of genius. It turns out in the end, the signal was fabricated by intellectual vampires from Venus. They could even join forces with the capitalist space pirates. After all, they're bloodsuckers too. That makes total sense. That's it. Just brilliant. I think this idea is now complete garbage. I'm officially at the end of my rope. I'm breaking more than I'm fixing at the moment. What would Dad do now? I want to tell a story in which people surpass their own abilities. That's the core of the story. I need to keep a cool head and think. Coffee. Yes, I need coffee. My last chance. Do I even have any left? Fortunately, the essential themes will hold the story together. Who designed these endless hallways? It's such a waste of material. Bulo and all his changes. I guess I'll have to fight to have a female protagonist in my own book. There were originally 7 of us. This was never intended to be a solo mission. We didn't have a xenolinguist on board for nothing after all. It certainly won't get any easier without a doctor and a cook on board.
Miss Zelinsky, this is Bulo. The publishing authority still has a few questions regarding the commander of the ship.
The black hole.
You see, the Commodore is a capitalist Westerner, an American even. That's obviously an issue.
Gibson? Yeah. But he moved to Berlin with his parents as a child.
We know, but it's too confusing. Make it neater. Wouldn't it be better if he had grown up in a socialist sister country?
But you did read The Commodore Dies During the Lunar Orbit.
Of course, but you would expect a heroic sacrifice like that to come from someone from a socialist country. Come on, Zelensky, you're an author. Just pick one. Can't be that hard.
Of course, the Commodore could be a citizen of the GDR.
The Commodore, may he rest in peace, grew up in Brandenburg, in a family of agricultural workers.
Wonderful and excellent suggestion.
And instead of hamburgers, he loves Spreewaldgurken. How exciting.
Just like always, well, I could care less. Coffee. I wanted to grab coffee. It'll clear my head. Every story has an ending. Like this one, for example. This would be the part of the ship that was seized by the space pirates and sold in the West. Every story has an ending. Like this one, for example. This would be the part of the ship that was seized by the space pirates and sold in the West. If we really do happen to come across any alien life, I'm sure Professor Palemba will be very annoyed about the missed opportunity. Leo always kept the ship in good shape. I can only hope it doesn't fall apart without her.
Hello, this is Bulo. You're sure on the phone a lot when you should be writing. Ecology?
Sorry?
Ecology is a contemporary topic, and we think it would work really well for your story. Clean air is really wonderful. The publishing authority agrees. Do you think we can squeeze that in?
Air? Of course. Actually, there is simply no air to breathe on board the ship, hence the spacesuits.
I want to go over this topic again later. Have you spoken to your father yet?
We agreed that I would work it out myself, didn't we?
Oh yes, apologies. My mistake. So, fresh air, yes, write it in.
Impossible. Oh, whatever. It's illogical anyway, but maybe the ship could just have... The constant fresh air on board reminded the cosmonaut of her faintly remembered walks through the forests around Berlin. It's just complete nonsense. I can't get Bulo's comments out of my head. That looks really inviting. How comfortable. I could lie down, just for a second.
Bulu again. About the spacesuits. The way you've described them, it's just, I can't get the image of the suits from those silly American films out of my head.
Excuse me? What?
It would be bad if other readers also think of an American. I mean, in terms of appearance. Because of the spacesuit. We have to do something to help them there. I mean, you, as the author, have to do something. Look, the suit that Yuri Gagarin wore, that had a special something. What's it called again?
Aesthetic?
Yes, exactly. Aesthetic. Very apt. Goodbye.
It's like being in a madhouse. I think I'm beginning to understand how Dad must have felt.
The cosmonaut wore her comfortable SK-6 spacesuit, the bright orange of the outer material manufactured by tireless workers' hands. Gave her a sense of safety and security. It reminded her of home. A good feeling. Even a plant-based air filtration system won't be of any help. How is anyone supposed to form a clear thought when they're constantly being interrupted? My beautiful SK-6 has a long and rich history. It's a good thing that Bulu and I were able to clarify this. The spacesuits can stay. My beautiful SK-6 has a long and rich history. It's a good thing that Bulu and I were able to clarify this. The spacesuits can stay. Ah, yes. The vampires. Luckily, this door's jammed. Ah, yes. The vampires. Luckily, this door's jammed.
Bulu again. Miss Zelinsky, I forgot to mention something. In Chapter 9, there's reference to the ship being armed with these nuclear warheads.
That's right. They're used in Chapter 12 and...
We know. Only do you not think that these days, I mean, just the word nuclear triggers some pretty strong feelings? I once had a similar discussion with your father.
Yes, and in the future, these once deadly weapons are used peacefully and demonstrate how humanity as a whole has evolved. It's important, Bulu. Bulu? Are you still there?
Cut the nuclear weapons, or the publishing authority will cut your book.
Despite sufficient capacity, the ship obviously did not carry any nuclear warheads. Where you may have once found deadly weapons, you would now only find the socialist drive for world peace and boundless love. All of these changes are a nightmare. I have to focus and keep the core of my message. I need a break. And then I'll start a respectable career, I think. Finally! The coffee room. From here, you can see the space cruiser's best side. We often sat here together with the crew and just had fun. There it is, my coffee, black and delicious. Just what I needed. You can feel the coffee enter your brain's pathways and deliver nothing but goodness. A little boost of energy was exactly what I needed. Back to work. Bulu and the publishing authority are a disaster, but I'm not giving up yet. The core of the story is damaged, but it's still there. nothing has been in vain as long as I keep the core of my message.
Miss Linsky, I have good news. The publishing authority has suggested that we get your father in on the project.
Sorry?
Your father is an accredited author. The publishing authority trusts him. He could help us. He could especially help you.
They want his name, don't they? He'll be the one on the book. What about me? I wrote this book.
All I'm saying is the publishing authority's patience has its limits. They could still reject the book. And, if I'm being honest, the decision's already been made. The manuscript is already with your father.
Excuse me? What?
I know it isn't easy, but I'm sure that this is the right path forward now.
Oh, of course.
Fantastic. We're in agreement then.
Rulo! You need to calm down first, Tony. I'm sure I can persuade Dad to keep his hands off it. But then they'll make me write loop after loop until nothing is left of the core at all. If the core of the story is really this important to me, then Dad can put his name on the book, and maybe it will get through that way. But then, what about me? That's KARL. It stands for Kinetic Artificial Repair Lead. It's a maintenance robot. I'm not actually trained to mess about with the core at all. If I had just left my chief engineer in the story, instead of leaving her stranded on the moon with the others, she always had her optronic coupler with her. Let's see.
Mr. Linsky, we have to talk about the technology on board the ship again. We think the designations for some of the tools are a little too elevated. Factory workers, farmers, they shouldn't feel excluded as readers.
But we're talking about a spaceship here, not a trabant.
We don't think that the main character necessarily has to have an academic background, right?
Understood. What if instead they were an assembly line worker?
A farmer would be better. A simple farmer.
What a great idea.
Wonderful. Goodbye.
What should I use to open the hatch? Let's do it without tools then. Fortunately, the cosmonaut had spent much of her life working with her own hands. She had to redirect the energy to stabilize the core. There were 2 switches behind the hatch. One of the main systems had to be deactivated. She could choose between the life support systems and the lighting. The cosmonaut didn't waste much time choosing. And decided that switching off the lights would be the less effective way to redirect energy to the core. Thankfully, I know the engine room like the back of my hand. It looked to her like the core might be calming. That should be enough to stabilize the core for now, but it won't hold forever. I need to find a solution so that I can safely complete the mission.
Warning. Core status critical.
Damn it!
Recommending emergency activation of the KARL repair unit.
Activate the KARL repair unit? Please don't. The printer's just spitting out error codes. I know Bulo wants me to ask Dad for help, but I have to do it myself. Activating KARL would mean admitting failure. Everyone says I'm lucky to be the daughter of such a famous author. It's just that the author in question is a stooge of the system. I will lose my shit if this telephone rings again. Comrade Bulo, please let me work.
Tony, hello, it's me, Dad. I wanted to see how you're doing with all the chaos.
Dad, this is a really bad time to call.
Wait, I just wanted to ask one thing. Was it your idea to send me the manuscript, or was it Bulow's?
Honestly, it was Bulow's idea.
That's what I thought. Bulow, you dog.
Dad, listen. I have to do this myself. This has to be something meaningful. And even if I'm not sure how right now, I have to do this on my own.
I've read it. What you wrote. The manuscript. It's really good.
Sorry?
It has so much to say about us. About everything. It has a true core. But they'll never let it through with your name on it. You know that. That's why you're out of time.
The core is already severely damaged. It risks destroying the entire ship.
But how are we going to complete the mission without the core?
What do you think is the most important thing about this mission? You will have to make a decision.
I want to send a message to the world. I have to protect the core.
That's what makes you different from me. Where I caved, you stood strong. I'm proud of you. That means you'll need my help. I'll save the core for you. But you will not witness the end of the mission. All of this, nobody will be able to take it away from you. You will change something. It will not be easy.
Was it ever easy?
The core cannot be saved anymore. You have to release it from its anchoring. Then we will eject it into space through the airlock.
The core? That's the reason I'm even here.
That's the wrong console. I need to get to the other side.
It contained everything that was important to me.
Warning. Maintenance hatch to core is unlocked.
The anchoring has been released. The core is now free.
I'm sorry. Believe me, I understand what this means to you.
I know what I have to do.
The cosmonaut.
Let it go.
No! No, Dad!
You were doomed from the start. It is always the same.
I won't give up the core. Our mission is pointless without it. The core isn't the problem. It's me.
Tony, what are you doing?
We need another pilot. Someone who can guide the ship to its destination. Someone with experience. Someone popular and unsuspicious. Someone they might leave in peace.
You mean?
You.
That is not right. It's your mission.
Dad, this is how it has to be. We'll write your name on the book, and maybe you can get everything through somehow.
Your name will be erased. No one will know you were connected with it in any way.
I know. And that's exactly the point. It's the only way.
Antonia.
I once told you that your books were garbage. I'm sorry. I understand now. Your books, your success, how things were for you. Dad, I'm sorry. You can finish it, Dad. I know you have it in you. You always had the one talent that I lack. The talent to survive. And together, we'll achieve something that we would have probably never managed alone. Maybe we'll manage to really change something.
When you make up a story, you're always taking on a bit of the person you're telling the story about. This is really how it is.
The novel Silent Signals from the Planet Saturn was published the same year. Written by her dad Carl. At least that's what people thought. Tony saved the core of the story, but no one knew that she was the one who came up with it all.
And do you think she wrote a new book afterward?
No, probably not. It was all too much for her. But here's the thing. Instead of writing books, Antonia studied space travel, and today she's working with real spaceships on Mars and stuff.
That works. Antonia just goes her own way.
I like to put the necklace in the box.
That looks great.
For Tony.
The astrophysicist.
A straw star made by Matilda.
Come on, I'll show you something. I found the perfect hidey hole.
It fits perfectly.
Wait. I have an idea. We should hide something of our own here in the apartment too.
Oh yeah! Do you mean someone will find my wall drawings eventually?
Definitely. Shall we?
I'm starving.
What do you want to eat?
Ice cream?
A scoop of ice cream isn't real food.
2 then?
That's not what I meant. And where did you see an ice cream parlor around here?
An ice cream from a store would be okay too.
Nah, a scoop of ice cream from an ice cream parlor would be better.
Alright then, you've convinced me.
And you'll be getting broccoli flavor.
That's not funny, Dad.
We still need to gather up all the tools you threw down the chute.
If you were an ice cream, what flavor would you be?
I'd be stracciatella.
Why that one?
'Cause at the first glance, I look classic and relaxed, and then bang, lots of little surprises.
So you're boring with a bit of fun?
I'm reliable but not predictable.
I think you're like vanilla.
Hey, don't ruin the surprise.
But that's such a typical dad flavor.
And what are you?
Smurf ice cream with colorful sprinkles and cookie dough.
Chaotic, loud, and sweet as sugar.
And no one knows what's in it.
A mystery then, just like me.
Are we gonna renovate another apartment again soon?
I thought you wanted to go back to school soon.
But school's boring.